I have so much fun new makeup to try out, and I cannot wait to just dig in to all of this. I even have like 2 of some, like I don't even know if we're gonna be able to try all of it. There are some things in here that I've been dying to try. We're just gonna do a full face of new makeup. Some of it is first impressions, some of it is things that I haven't shown you but I've used quite a lot, and I'm actually ready to give you like a review on it. And I'm also going to be doing an eye look with a palette that I've already used from before, but you let me know that you wanted to see more, so that's what we're doing today. Hopefully I'm just really going to enjoy my look, even though I will say it is a gloomy Saturday here in Austin. I was hoping to be by the pool. That didn't happen. And because of that, we're going to be using the Urban Decay, the new Face Bond foundation. I really love the packaging of this one. I'm going to be using a brush, and this is the product that I've been using quite a lot. This is, and let me actually show you. This is my summer shade. I can tell you that right now. This is my summer shade. You can tell here, it is a good undertone. It is just a smidgen too deep for me, and I was kind of hoping that I was going to be able to get a little tan, but it's been really gloomy here, so that is not happening. I got this one sent to me as PR, and I wanted like full transparency because I'm proud of the sponsorships that I do, and I don't want you to ever think that I'm not. I have filmed some sponsored content about this foundation for Instagram, but this is not sponsored. So this video I'm just doing on my own, and the sponsorship that I am doing with Urban Decay, that as I'm filming this, haven't been released yet. But if you see it, pop it up on Instagram. If you've already seen it and you're wondering, that is an Instagram exclusive. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this foundation here as well, and the reason why I did this sponsorship, is because this foundation is freaking fantastic. I am 40 years old. I have oily combo skin. I live in, well, it's still humid in Texas, but it's not really sunny. And Urban Decay approached me and asked me to do reviews on this one because I live in a humid place, because of my age, because of my skin type, and they wanted me to do wear tests. And I can tell you right now, when a brand approaches you like that, I think that they have a lot of confidence in their foundation, and for good reason. This is a medium to full coverage. If you use a brush, you will get full coverage, and it really sets down on its own. It's a self-setting foundation. You don't need to use powder unless you want to. I'll use this one quite a lot to figure out how this one works the absolute best. And if I don't use any primer and I don't use any powder, it still lasts on me pretty good. I will get a little glowy, but I won't get greasy. And it won't move around. The foundation will still stay put. It will not look patchy. It will not like settle into fine lines, and it will not lift and separate. If I use a mattifying primer, today I used a mattifying primer, and I'm gonna use a little bit of powder. This one, flawless for forever. So I think that if you like the same foundations as me and you're looking for a new kind of a foundation to try out, and you sometimes have problems with foundations separating on you, this might be a really good one. I really, really like it. But the shade that I have number 17 medium warm. It is definitely, it's not far off. You can see when I hold up my hands, it's not far off, but this will be better once the sun decides to show. Soon? No? You know, the weather report is saying that Austin is gonna have 10 days in a row of rain and thunder. Love that for me. Absolutely love that for me. Ooh, I have a new concealer to try. Okay, this concealer is going to be new for me, but I've heard so many people raving about this one, including my friends, that I was like, it's happening, okay? I was going to say you can't tempt me with a good time, but is that applicable? Maybe. The foundation is already starting to set down, and I just think that my skin looks so flawless and it feels so light on the skin. Really, really have been impressed with this foundation, and I've worn this exclusively the past, how long? For maybe 2 weeks. I don't even know, but I've had this for a really long time. I've worn it exclusively in a bunch of different ways, and I'm very, very impressed with this foundation. So here is the thing that I bought the Hourglass powder. This is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Pressed powder, and I decided to get the concealer as well because so many people have been raving about this, and I think that this one went viral on TikTok as of late because someone used this in their routine and people were loving it. I got it in Sepia. I bought this from the Hourglass website because I was dying to try this powder. I got it in translucent medium, and it has a plastic cover, and it also has a poof. This one, I'm gonna keep this one in here so that I can, this is the medium shade and it is translucent. I'm gonna keep this one in here and I'm gonna be using that one for like touch up on the go, because this is supposed to be, let me see if I can find it. It comes with instructions. That's when you know. That's when you know. Use for touch-ups. Use the puff applicator to pick up a small amount. Okay, I know how to use this. Where is the... Oh, the yard work is starting again. This is supposed to be a mattifying powder to blur and smooth and to keep your makeup like looking matte and like flawless for a long time. And I'm very, very excited. This seems a little light. This is also frosted glass. Okay, that actually might be a pretty good color. I have decided that I like doing more like dots like this. And then blend out. Okay. Gonna be using a Singe F02, my favorite brush, clearly. Made it myself. And we're gonna be blending this out. I like a liquidy concealer, not like a liquidy concealer, but I like something that feels serum-like. I don't like something, you know, when people are like, ooh, creamy, then I'm like, ooh. I want something that feels thinner, more serum-like. I want something that is a little bit more self-setting. Sometimes those hydrating concealers just end up looking extremely heavy on my more textured under eyes, and it just doesn't work for me. So I've heard a lot of people raving about this one. I still do the triangle shape. It really fits, I think, my face shape. I just use a lot less product than I did back in 2015, 16. Those were wild times. And people are saying that that's coming back. What did they call it? I saw somebody called it something to me and I realized, oh, I've never heard that. Was it like birthday makeup? Was that the one? Should I Google that? Let me Google birthday makeup, because I feel like that's what they called it, like the very like overdone, super snatched, dramatic 2016 makeup. That's what they're calling, like, you know, when they were calling matte makeup cloud skin. You know, kids these days, they just make up new names. Let me see if that's actually the name. She's putting on a lot of makeup and she's calling this birthday makeup. I can't do the sound because I'm gonna get monetized, but like, let's do this on mute. You cannot convince me we're not living in a 2016 simulation. Cut creases, glitter, eyeliner, baking. I'm telling you, should we do a video on this? Should we do a video on birthday makeup? I feel like that could be like next week, right? Let me know what you think. This concealer, freaking flawless. Wow. Actually, let's move a little closer. Why am I over here? Why didn't you tell me anything? I thought we were friends. I showed you my birthday. Calm down. I think you can see a little bit here how flawless it actually is looking. I mean, I can't remove my wrinkles, like they're where they are. They're the test of time. They're my medal for making it this far. So I'm not mad about that, but I think it looks really flawless. I'm gonna leave this for a minute and I'm gonna be drinking my fun water. I found a new one. Love this flavor. If you see it, I recommend it. I'm gonna be having that and I am gonna do my brows and then we'll try the Hourglass powder. Just in my T-zone to begin with, because I have so many products. Oh my God, okay. Then I can show you all the good things I have. You're gonna die. Okay. Brows are done. Lip liner is on. I just used the muted mauve one because it's going to work with the lip liner that I want to use. Should I do this poofity poof in this one? I will say the packaging it's shiny. I don't know if this, I think I'm going to do a poof, but I'm going to do my poof from Singe. This is squishier and also it has the point. I think that this will be perfect under the eye. So let me see if I can just smooth out any lines before we go in. This is much lighter than I thought. Just remember that this is the medium one. But that does look really nice. I mean, it's not going to smooth out the wrinkles that I have, like they are there, but it does look really nice. We'll see how this one holds up. I'm going to use this powder in my T-zone, so around my nose. Around my nose is where I get oily, and a little bit in the middle of my forehead. And we're just going to keep it like that, and we'll see how I feel. I think it looks really nice and flawless. There is a little color to it. I think you can see. There is a little color to it. It is not dead flat, but it's also not a luminous powder. But it's not like a dead matte either. I didn't use any out on the cheeks, but of course the cheeks are already starting to self-set a little bit. Okay, let us talk about the different cheek options that we have. First of all, the one that I know we're gonna try, that I am dying to try. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzer. I got this one and it is so beautiful. I will link everything down below in case you're interested in any of these products. My links are affiliated, and if you do shop through my links, I do earn a small commission. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Packaging, beautiful. Look at this. Looks so good. The thing I will say, this one is in number, it's number 90. It says, yeah, 90. But this is the thing. This is the lightest shade. I usually never buy the lightest shade in a bronzer, but number 2, which would normally be the one I would go for, it looked a little more reddish, and this one looked a little bit more golden. So I think that this one will work out. As you can see, it has a little bit of a sheen to it. This is also something that I bought at the Sephora sale when I walked into Sephora, and this is from Dior. This is the Forever Glow Maximizer, and I got it in peachy. Stunning, absolutely stunning. And I don't know if we'll be able to use this one today, but this is very similar in color to the Charlotte Tilbury, the glow. Let me get that one, because I wonder how much is in this one, because this wasn't affordable. But neither is the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I'm wondering if this one gives a similar result, if this one might not be more bang for your buck, because I think you get more in this one. How much do you get? 11 milliliters. Let me go get the Charlotte one. This is the one I'm talking about. It's the Glow Gasm in Peach Gasm, and this one has, okay, never mind. This one has 12 milliliters, and this one has 11 milliliters. I will say, I'm wondering if you might be able to use all of this easier because it's not getting stuck in that like poof. Because it's very easy for the product to be just stuck inside the lid and in the poof and like stuff like that. So if you like something like this, that's actually the reason I bought this one, because I swatched this one and I was like, ooh, this is seems to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. I will put swatches of these side by side as well, and you can see the difference. Honestly, I'm just interested to be trying this new product out. I also have the new highlighters by Natasha Denona. This is very intriguing to me. I need to try this one out in as many ways as possible because first of all, metal packaging. It looks really beautiful. I have not swatched these at all. Maybe I should like feel them. Okay, they feel like nothing. Very smooth. They almost feel, yeah, like nothing. They feel like a very, very smooth powder. Almost like a creamy powder. Because it's, okay, that swatch is so delicious. Because I have seen Natasha use these, and she used them as a highlighter. She used them as an all-over glow if you wanted to just wear it like to enhance your face when you're doing no makeup. This one was the light one. I also have the medium one. This is the medium one. And she also mixed primer in here. She dropped her primer in here. She mixed it and she used it as an all-over super glowy primer under a foundation. I think it's really nice for her to show like different ways of using a product, because it's always nice with some like multi-function products. Someone was asking me about the scent. I don't smell it here. I'm starting to smell it a little bit here. If I go in the pan, you know what it smells like? It smells like a mixture of bubblegum and Nivea cream. That is oddly specific. And you're interested. It's like a sweeter Nivea cream. I don't think it's overwhelming, but if you're very against fragrance in your makeup, I can't really smell it on my finger. Maybe this one isn't for you, so I'm just letting you know. Some people didn't like that at all. I don't think it's an overpowering scent. Not like those like super fragranced department store makeup. You know what I mean. I also bought these, and I don't think we'll have time to use them today, but I'm so intrigued. These are the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I have the highlighting blush in Peach Glow, and I have the bronzer. These are the liquid versions, and this is Kiss of Copper. I've swatched them and they look so pretty. It's absolutely incredible. I don't think we'll have the opportunity to use them today because I actually really want to use these new products by Give Beauty, but we will be using those and I will be reviewing them. I did find them online. I will leave a link to it down below. So far, I haven't seen them at Sephora, but I do have the Give Beauty Dew Plump. This one I have tried like on my lips, and I got this one in Marigold, right? Yes, it is like a really nice peach. No shimmer. It's very gel-like. It smells like expensive taffy. It glides on glass-like. It feels like balm, like a gel balm. And look at the shine. Oh, I'm so impressed by this formula. And I have been wearing this and it's very comfortable. Incredible. Absolutely love it. And I also really want to try the Dewy Plump Collagen Cheek Tint. This is also in Marigold, and this is the cheek version. So I really want to try this one out. I think I might actually do like a brush. This is a FO3, and I think I'm gonna do a little bit like that. And we are just gonna, because I want to have like a nice sheer layer. Wait, what a beautiful color. Oh, that looks so good. I love taking my blush up a little bit, and then we'll do the Natasha Denona highlighter on top. Oh, that is so pretty. I wanted to do the cream first because I wasn't sure how this was going to react with powder. So we'll do the powder bronzer now. After, like, let this one set down because I was afraid there was going to be like too much powder going on here. But I don't see this going on weirdly over the place like here that I do have a little powder. I really like Give Beauty. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, who cares about Give Beauty? And they're like just writing it off because it is a celebrity brand, but I will say they have really good products. And how fresh and nice is this? I'm so impressed. Oh. And now with the bigger one, this is a FO5. We're gonna do the bronzer. So like I said, this is the one that's the lightest one, and this is a shimmery bronzer, and this is a powder bronzer. And we're just gonna be sweeping this. I don't want to do too much. I just want to have a little. Oh, that looks really nice. Oh, I really like that. I'm happy I didn't get the darker shade. This is definitely enough. I will say I don't know if you can see, I see some sparkles. Can you see the sparkles? I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but I can see the sparkles. Don't know how I feel about the sparkles. So this will be the one that's a little bit less icy. I'm picking it up with my brush. This is an FO7. I did this to be a brush that like could pick up products, even really creamy products. And as you can see, it's giving a very intense result. When Charlotte Tilbury used this on her cheekbones, she did use her finger. And because of that, I thought that this brush would probably really fit. And now I'm thinking, did I use too much? That is extremely glowy. It's almost like I want to go over. This is the blush brush. I mean, that looks really good. And then it's just bam. I don't see any glitter. It just looks like a sheen. That's actually really, really pretty. And as you can see, now that I've used a little bit of it, you can see that it's very creamy underneath. So it is a very creamy powder formula for sure. So if you don't have a brush that's very good at picking up cream products, maybe using your finger, like Charlotte Tilbury did, could be a good version or like alternative. But I'm just gonna apply this like I apply Super Shock shadows, which is like side of the bristles and then turn it and buff it in. Do you remember when everybody was putting glow on here so it would glow even from the front? Now that we're talking about birthday makeup, maybe we can bring that back. I really love that. I'm gonna be using a fragrance. I just wanna mention this. I actually got this one from Ellis Brooklyn. Do I have the paper here? No, I don't. So I got this sent to me as PR and I thought I'd mention it here. This is their new fragrance and it is called Miami Nectar. This one smells like a pina colada, but made into a perfume. So it doesn't necessarily smell like as the drink, but it is the pineapple and the coconut notes in here. I know this one also has some warmer woody notes, and it also says that it has like stuff like Lily of the Valley and stuff like that. You don't really smell that initially in the fragrance. What you smell is the pina colada basically. And it just smells incredibly fresh, fruity, tropical. Just like a great summer vacation fragrance. But there is something else like in the background, and that's what's giving it the fragrance feeling and not the cocktail feeling. Because like, even though you're like, oh, I love pina colada, I would love to smell like that, you don't want to smell like someone accidentally spilled a drink over you. You still want it to smell like a fragrance, and this one really does. And I think the bottle is really cute as well, and this one is magnetic. So I'm very grateful to have gotten this. I love fruity fragrances, so I just wanted to let you know about that one, that I did get it and I did try it, and even my husband liked it. He was like, what's that smell? That's really nice. So I have this big palette. I still haven't swatched it. I don't even it's so big. It's incredibly big. But this is the palette that Ellis Atlantis did together with Blend Money, and this one was released yesterday. So this one is available now. You can use my code, you can get some money off. I do have a reel of this one, and I'll pop it up so you can see just me swatching some of the colors and see how they look. The whole collection looks really beautiful, but if you don't love big palettes, you probably won't like this one. I did do a look that I don't know if it's live yet on Instagram. I just did a rainbow look because I wanted to try as many shades as possible from this palette, and I will say everything that I tried is the Blend Money quality that I know and love. So I definitely think that this is great quality. It's just very big. But one of the shades that I didn't try is this one here, Abstraction. It's like almost like a pukey brown. It's like a dirty yellow. So I think we're gonna try that one, and honestly we'll take it from there. I don't really know what I want to do, but I know that I don't want to do like a rainbow look today. I want to do something a little bit more demure. I don't know if me and my husband are doing something together today because the weather, it's supposed to start raining at any minute. But I saw that color and I thought it was such a fun and honestly really unique color, and it really did not fit at all in the rainbow look that I was doing. But I thought I'd do a second look and we can try it out and we can see how I feel. I think I'm gonna love it. So on an EO6, I am picking up this shade that was called, what did I say? Abstraction. And as you can see, it's like a dirty, yellowy, browny green, like a muck. It is just a muck shade. And I want to do something that's like a fun, neutral look. So I think I'm gonna do the Blob. That is such a nice, cool color. Absolutely love that. So should I blend it out with green or yellow? I'm thinking yellow and then white. I love white. Oh my god. How can someone be this excited about white eyeshadow? Tell 2015 Angie that she's gonna be this excited about a white matte eyeshadow and she would be rolling her eyes. She'd be like, sure, Susan, whatever you say. So I'm thinking, oh my god, it's so hard to hold up. I'm thinking this one, Fatal, the one that is next to it. That is a little bit of a mustardy one, and I will put that Okay. I haven't really bothered that much with blending. I'm just plopping this down. And we will do this one next to it. And up into the crease. Ooh. I think I want to use that color that's a little bit more of a metallic creaminess. It's called the Engineer. I think I'm gonna do that one on the lid. So I don't bother too much with like blending and making that perfect, because like who cares? And I'm gonna use a little bit of Voltage, which is like almost like a neon light yellow. It's like very light and very yellow, and I did use this one in the look that I did that was rainbow, and I'm just gonna use this a little bit in the inner part to brighten this up. This one is not as pigmented as the other one, and I think it's because there is a little neon in here, and those can be, they're a little bit more white based, so they can be a little bit more tricky to get to be like 100% opaque. But you still can build it up and you still can put it on. So I'm gonna use that, and then we'll mix in the white to get the brightness. So this is where we are right now. I'm just gonna gently blend a little bit on the edge here. Not because I'm trying to put yellow in there, but just to warm it up a little bit. But yeah, that's where we are. I'm gonna use the white the last, and or am I? Actually, I'll use the white now, because then I'm gonna have shimmer on the brush. So I'll do the white now. Oh, I just love white matte eyeshadow. Really nice, yummy matte one to like brighten this up. And I'm gonna layer that on top of the yellow to get it to be like an ombre from the white, and just make this whole look have that like contrast. That looks really cool. Okay, let me clean that one off. And this is the Engineer. It is a little bit more flaky, and it is a little bit more creamy, but I'm still gonna spray it because I'm putting it on top of mattes. And I think that if we shear this out, we can get a nice glimmery effect. So I'm gonna put a little bit more in the middle, and then we're gonna shear it out and just use a little bit around to get like a sparkly effect around. It's almost like a little disco ball. Like it's heavy in the middle and then just glimmers around. I'm gonna do some white in my waterline, and I think we're done. I love that with the almost like a warm silver in the middle. I think that is really fun. It just shows that you can go in a different direction with this palette if you want to. You can mix and match the different rows, or you can use the rows as if, like I used 3 colors in the yellow row, and then I took 2 colors from the bottom more neutral row, and I mixed them together. So don't be afraid to like try some new things if you do end up either getting this palette or bringing out, maybe this getting you inspired to bring out maybe a rainbow palette that you already have. Because remember, when you see people do looks with palettes, it doesn't necessarily always mean that you need to buy that exact palette. I hope it gets you inspired to create from things that you might already own as well. Because you could do something like this, like what I'm wearing today. If you own my original Hella palette, you can do something like this and bringing in a white matte. Even if you have that like almost white matte from one of my newer Halloween palettes, you can mix that together and you can get a look like this. So you don't always need to buy like the new to be inspired. I will say there is a lot of sparkle fallout. I think you can see. Like it is absolutely everywhere. I mean, it looks pretty on the lid, but oh boy, I don't know the last time I had this much fallout. That's a little wild. I was able to get rid of some of the specks, and actually, this is a tip. Use tape, and you can see some of the concealer got stuck in this as well. You use some tape and you can get rid of some of the glitter particles by like doing this, and then you just go in again with some powder on top of it. And it's one way of just getting rid of some of it. But I'm gonna put a falsie on. This is the Half Lash by Vive. It's one of my favorites. So I'm gonna put that on, maybe brush my hair and we can have a chat, but like my makeup looks flawless. We need to do something today. The thing is, my husband wants to go to Lowe's. I'll be the fanciest person at Lowe's. I mean, I think everything looks pretty good. The highlighter really makes my skin look super, super glassy and highlighted. I really want to use this one. I think I'm gonna see if I can use this one just like she did. She did like when I say she, I mean Natasha Denona. She used a primer on her skin and then she just brushed this highlighter on with a fluffy brush on like all the high points on the face, and then used the concealer and was just like fresh skin. And I really, really, really want to try that. The blush is divine. The eyeshadow look is really beautiful. There was some fallout, but I will say I think everything looks beautiful. I mean, Blend Bunny makes amazing eyeshadows, and I think this palette has incredible quality. With that being said, it is very big. A little too big. I don't know if that's what she said, but that's what I'm saying. But I think everything looks really good. This foundation, I'm so incredibly impressed with it. So far, this concealer is beautiful. The powder, I used it once. I need to use it more for sure, but I will definitely get back to you. I will use this powder every day for about a week, and I'm gonna do like a video basically reviewing everything Sephora that I've tried so far. I have so many. I've really been trying a lot of things from Sephora this year, so I'm definitely gonna be diving into that. This makeup look is beautiful. Can I say the one thing that I need to try with a purpose next time and just see how I feel about is this one, because I could see the gold glitter on my skin. And this is expensive, but we'll try it out. And like you saw, I have some other cheap products that I need to try as well. Please let me know what was your favorite in this video. Have you tried any of these products from before? I will link, like I said, everything down below, including the things that I just swatched and didn't use. I hope you're having a great day. I will see you again on Friday, I think, if I don't have a bonus video for new makeup releases. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Bye!